Hello everybody and welcome to another week of Makers Monday. I am Anastasia Radloff, aka Stampin' Blondie, and I'm excited to be here with you for another week of live step-by-step crafting. Now I gotta hit that button. Forgetting hitting that button there. But I hope you all had an amazing weekend. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm live here on Facebook. I'm also live over on YouTube as well. So if you're watching, make sure to comment, say hi, let me know you're watching from. It's always fun to see where everybody is joining me each week. So I hope you all had an amazing weekend. It was a beautiful weekend here in Rhode Island. Today was very, very nice. The sun was out, it was starting to get a little warmer, and I'm so excited that spring is finally on its way after a long and cold winter. Hello, Carol from Connecticut. I hope you had an amazing weekend. I attended a scrapbook crop here in Rhode Island, and there was actually quite a few people from Connecticut there as well. I was very lucky to register for this back in September, and it was a 3-day crop here in Rhode Island in the town I'm living in, so which was really nice. It was nice to get together and work with other people and craft with other people. I love crafting here in my craft room, but sometimes it's really nice to be able to gather with other like-minded people and just work on your own projects, see the different skills that other people have, and just overall enjoy each other's company. So I met some new friends, and it was really nice just to be able to get together and craft with other people. Hello, Nancy down in Georgia. I'm glad you had a great day, a beautiful day in Connecticut as well, Carol. So today I'm going to be creating 3 projects featuring the For the Books stamp set. Now this is a stamp set from the mini catalog. It's probably overlooked. There aren't any coordinating designer series papers, embellishments to go with this, and it's not one of those big stamp sets that draws in a lot of people. So I'm excited to be able to share this one with you today. Oh, excuse me. I love reading books. I listen and I read. I listen to a lot of audiobooks while I'm crafting, and then I also read physical books and also Kindle books. So you can see it right here is my bookshelf. This is all full of books here. So I have them all categorized. I have about 100 books here on this bookshelf, but I love to read. I love to just get into different stories. So the For the Book stamp set was something that really drew me in, and I was excited to be able to add that to my pre-order when the catalog debuted. Now I have just a quick announcement to go over before we jump into our projects. Hello from Iowa, Mom. Give a little shout out to Mom. Happy birthday to her. Today is her birthday. So I'm excited to see her next month. She's gonna come visit me here in Rhode Island. All right, let's go ahead and swap the camera and we will jump right in. So last week, I mentioned that the 2023-2025 In Colors will be retiring here coming up soon. Now, this is your Moody Mauve, Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, and Pebbled Path. Now, these 5 colors have been around for the past 2 years, and every year Stampin' Up! Debuts 5 new In Colors. Those colors stick around for 2 years, and then like 1 year 5 fall off, and then we gain 5. So it's this year for these 5 colors to be retired, and all of the coordinating products with these items will be retiring as well. So if you have ink pads, but you do not have the refills for those ink pads, now is the time to grab those. I cannot stress that enough. These items and the refills, the ink pads and the refills are normally the first items to sell out when the last chance list gets posted, which will be coming up next week. So ink refills are they sell out very quickly, and I did take a quick peek at the inventory status report before I jumped on here. the ink pads for these 5 colors are already on the low inventory report, which means most likely once they sell out, they will not be replenished. So you'll want to grab those ink pads, refills, Stampin' Blends, cardstock, or any of those embellishments and ribbons that match these 5 colors so that you can prolong your investment and use them longer than what you have right now. Especially those ink pads, I cannot stress enough, always get the ink refill. I always buy my ink pad and refill at the same exact time, so then I know that I didn't forget one and that I have them ready to go when I need to refill on my inks. So the 2020, 2023, 2025 in colors are retiring very, very soon, and then 5 new in colors will be debuted. Now, about that, on Wednesday, I will be traveling to North Carolina to attend Stampin' Up's On Stage event, where they will debut the new annual catalog and also those 5 new in colors. So I am excited to hopefully bring back some in color products for you to show you on Makers Monday next week. So make sure to shop these 5 colors before they sell out, because some of them are already on the low inventory status report. Now, speaking of cardstock, just a kind of a quick update. With the debut of the new annual catalog, Stampin' Up! Will unfortunately be increasing their prices on their cardstock. We all know that everything nowadays is getting more and more expensive, and Stampin' Up! Does not own the mill that their paper is created from. So they are at the whim, as well as the mill prices that they set there too. So if you are wanting any cardstock, if you need to replenish your supply, do that now before some of the new prices take increase on, I think it's May 6th is when the new annual catalog debuts. So just a little bit of a cost saver tip there for you as well. All right, before we jump into our projects, each week we do something called Prize Patrol. And last week, our Prize Patrol was the Happy Hibiscus stamp set. And to be entered into Prize Patrol, all you have to do is share this video, comment that you shared, and you're entered into Prize Patrol. So last week, our Prize Patrol winner was Maggie Burkhart, and she's on here right now. I saw her comment. So congratulations, Maggie. Thank you for sharing this video. All she had to do was share the video, comment that she shared, and she was entered into Prize Patrol. Now, this week's Prize Patrol is a twofer, so we have 2 packages of Designer Series paper for you. These little gnomes are so cute. This is the Storybook Gnomes, and then these are the tools. So we have some really fun Designer Series paper. All you have to do is comment, share the video, and you're entered into Prize Patrol. Quick and simple. So congratulations, Maggie. Thank you for sharing my video last week. All right, now yesterday on my website and here on Facebook and Instagram, I showed the project that I made using the For the Books stamp set. So here's what the stamp set looks like. It is a set of 10 stamps, photopolymer, so you can completely see through and clear. You can see exactly where you're stamping. Now, this stamp set does have dies to go along with it, but for my projects today, I'm just going to be using the stamps. The dies don't cut out any of the images that are on here. They have a different image that you can build a little book with a bookmark with a tassel on it, but I wanted to focus mainly on the stamp set. I do have the dies, but I just wanted to use the stamp set. So yesterday I showed this little fun project. This is called a book belly band. And if you aren't too familiar with what they wrap around the back page here. And they're really simple to make. So this is 2 inches wide by 12 inches around. And the way I made this is I just took the paper, kind of folded it over the edges, crisped up the lines, and I used one of the Everyday Arches dies to kind of glue it together. Now I'm going to show you the inside because this actually doesn't go completely the designer series paper doesn't go completely around the book. So depending on the size of your book, you may have to work with 2 pieces of designer series paper, but luckily for this book, I only had to use 1. And look at the title of this book, Inked Up. It's a Stamping Sisters mystery. I had this on my stamp shelf, or my bookshelf. I love cozy mysteries is what this is called. It's called a cozy mystery. I love reading them. They're quick and easy, and they're just fun reads. So this is a stamping mystery book. So if you like cozy mysteries, keep an eye out for that one. Also, today we are going to be creating, it's kind of a, I wanted to create something that you could gift to somebody. So we have the book with the belly band is the first thing that you could gift them. We're going to create a bookmark. So these can all be paired together and you can gift them all to the same person if you'd like. So here is the bookmark that we're going to make. Of course, we have to do 1 card though. So here's the card. We're going to do that fun splatter technique that we do on those. And then what every book reader and book lover will love to get is a gift card. This can be to Barnes & Noble, this can be to Amazon, wherever you want to gift book lovers a gift card to. So we've got a card, a gift card holder, a bookmark, and the belly band. Combine those all together and that would make a great gift for somebody. So very fun and simple put together projects. Now, each week I offer these as a class kit to go. So here's what it looks like. You'd receive all of the cardstock and designer series paper pieces for the 3 projects that I'm featuring here today. If you place an order on my website of $35 or more, the link is right at the bottom of the screen here. I will send you these. Now you can choose any items in your order that you like. You can add on the For the Book stamp set, the bundle, any embellishments, that cardstock, or the in-color items that you need to stock up on. So place that order by midnight, Thursday night, Friday morning, and then I will send that to you. No host code is needed for that as well. Margaret made 2 cards with this stamp set today, so I'm glad that I'm featuring this for you this week so you can make some more projects. And Melissa said, wish they came out with that book set a few years ago. Before I retired, she worked in the Academy Library for a few years. Ooh, that's fun. That's really fun. Yeah, I love books. My best friend is a librarian, so I'm in a book club with my family. I'm in a book club here with other military spouses. I just love reading. It's so much fun. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. The first project we're gonna work on is our bookmark. Very simple and easy to put this together. You just need a couple of supplies, and I'm gonna give you the measurements for all this here as well. Now, each week on my website, I do feature a project PDF tutorial that has all the item numbers. Usually I print that out, but I ran out of paper, so I have to go get paper tomorrow. But it's on my website, stampandblondie.com. You can see it up there, and it has all the details on the products that I'm using here today. Okay. We have a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock. This is the Everyday Arches dies. So I want to show you guys these dies. Look at all the dies that you get in here. This is the second to smallest size. And I love these. These are probably my new favorite die set. You get 10 of them in here, and it's an online exclusive item, so you won't find it in any of the catalogs there. All right, so we're starting with a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock. This is 2 3/8 of an inch by 8 3/8. 2 3/8 by 8 3/8. And we have a piece of boho blue, and this one is 2 1/4. I think it's 8 1/4. Yep, by 8 1/4. And we're gonna glue this one down here first. And that's just gonna go right in the middle of our Calypso Coral. Now, all of these colors I am pulling from the Storybook Moments designer series paper. other projects, I'm featuring that designer series paper, so they all kind of go together, so you can gift them all and they'll have the same kind of coloring on them. Next, Very Vanilla. I rarely use Very Vanilla, but this is featured in that designer series paper, so if I had used white, it just would have been too bright. So we have 2 1/8 by 8 inches for that. And before we glue that down, we are gonna do some coloring and some stamping on here. Push my sleeves up a little bit. So we are going to stamp, or first we're gonna color with our light crumb cake Stampin' Blends. I'm gonna get my grid paper out here. So we're gonna take the brush end of our light crumb cake marker and we're just going to do a little color. Now, these 3 are supposed to be like the bookshelves, but I didn't actually stamp the books like right on the line. I just wanted it to kind of float above a little bit. We're gonna use boho blue and we're gonna use these 3 book stamps images down here. I should read J.C. Eaton Cozy Mysteries. She used to be my vice principal. Do you know what kind of, like, what's the theme of those cozies? I may have them already. I love, like I said, I love cozies. If you aren't too familiar with what cozies are, they're light. It's usually like a female lead. Usually like, I like the ones that are like restaurant themed or bookshop themed, like some kind of theme to them. They're very quick and easy reads, probably less than 300 pages. And they're not heavy. That's what, there's a lot of heavy stuff going on in the world. I don't need to read more about heavy stuff. Okay, so the first we're gonna do is boho blue for all of these because we're gonna match our cardstock. And we're gonna stamp 2 of the stack of books. So the first one, because it's short, it won't fit the whole thing right in the middle. So we're just gonna do 2 stacks of those books and move that to the side. Now we're gonna take our light crumb cake again and we're gonna make the second shelf. And if your shelves are not straight up and down, it's okay. We're gonna do the rows of books and we're gonna stamp a couple of those just right across the front there. And then our last shelf is gonna be the smallest stacks of books here. And just a couple of these ones right there. There we go. Now, I didn't want to stack them all the way to the top because we're gonna put our sentiment there. So we're gonna use the everyday arches. Normally you could put them like this. I'm gonna tilt it off to the side. And we're gonna use this stamp sentiment that says, this one's for the books. Fitting, because it's a bookmark. So it'll be perfect. And this goes right in the middle there. And we can close up our boho blue and put all this off to the side. Now, we're gonna now glue our Very Vanilla down to our boho blue. And just put that right in the middle of all of our other pieces here. Now, this really can be done with any color that you want. It's very simple to put this together. But our sentiment is gonna go on with dimensionals. And we're gonna use the edge of these dimensionals here. Now, if you guys have any book recommendations, please put them in the comments. I like, now I'm not a big fan of like fantasy or like historical fiction. I just read a historical fiction. I finished it today. It's called The Frozen River. It was on like Good Morning America's book club recommendation that they have. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. only because it was a 15-hour long listen, and I felt like it could have been probably 9 hours. It was a lot longer than it needed to be. So I aligned my die here with the left side of my bookmark so it does hang off the edge here on the right side. And we're just gonna take a regular hole punch from your office supply store. A lot of crafters have these, so I went with that. And we're just gonna punch through all 3 pieces of cardstock there. Now I realized after I made all these projects, I had already put the embellishments on, I had put the ribbon on. I realized that the 2 that I'm featured are retired. So if you make these in the same colors that I'm using, you can swap them out for current or other ribbons and embellishments, but I had already put them on. I didn't want to rip the paper by taking them off, so we're just going to pretend that they're current. But this is the boho blue textured ribbon, and these are the in-color dots. Now there are in-color dots on the website, but they're different than this one, so just pretend that those are those. But I am going to be using the Baker's Twine Essentials pack, and this is still current. So we do have some current ribbon on here as well. I'm gonna use the crumb cake color for this. Melissa said it's set in Arizona. Ooh, I like that. The daughter works for a detective agency. The mother and her friends have a book club. Most are based on the book they are reading. The current is based in a library. Oh, okay. I will definitely check that out. My goal while we were living here in Rhode Island was to read a lot of the physical books that I have on my bookshelf. I've acquired more books since we've lived here. And I also got a Kindle while we live here too. And so I now have physical and digital books too. So I try to have 3 books going at once, a Kindle, a physical, and an audio. But sometimes I can only do a physical and a Kindle, or a physical and an audio. I can't do 3 all the time. I have to have some space in between them. So we've put our boho blue ribbon and our twine there. Curious about the book Inked Up. Was it a good read? I don't know. As you can see, the spine hasn't even been cracked yet. It's been on my shelf and I haven't read it, but in my defense, it is let me just make sure I'm telling you the right thing here. I think it's a second in the series. Yes, it's the second in the series. The first is called Stamped Out. And in my defense, the reason I haven't read this one is because I haven't read the first one yet. I got this at like a half price books, and that's why I haven't read the first one yet, because I don't have it. But I have this thing where if it's like a cozy series, even though they're pretty independent of each other, I like to read the first book first, then I'll read this physical copy one, if that makes sense. But when I finally get to it, probably years down the road, I will let you know if it's good. I have a thing. There's a, actually Carol, you're watching, you may know about the Book Barn over by Mystic, Connecticut. This Book Barn is huge. I went a couple weeks ago. They have 3 locations, like, I think it was 35,000 books. Oh, it's like a whole day thing that you go to. I loved it. So, all right, here is our first project that we've got tonight with the For the Book stamp set. We've got our bookmark ready to go. So that is good. We have our belly band, our bookmark. Now we need to work on our card. So here is what our card is. This one is same sentiment for the books. I really enjoyed that sentiment, so I had fun working with that one. Char wanted to know how my stamping get-together was. Oh, it was so much fun. I didn't host it. I got to attend Normally I'm hosting events, so it was nice to be able to attend an event that I didn't have to host. Oh, it was great. There was the lady that I sat next to was from Massachusetts. It was just fun to get together with other crafters. Melissa, the author is Terry Thayer. So I'll put the book. Here's the book, Terry Thayer. Oh, and in the back, it includes instructions for a stamping project. Let's look that up. I didn't even look at that. Okay, so it has kind of a layout in the back. You can make this like a, oh, I should make that card. That'd be a fun card. I don't want to read the last page though, just in case it gives anything away. All right, let's move on to our card now. So we are going to use, here's our card supplies for that. We're going to use Old Olive cardstock. Again, I'm pulling colors for that Storybook Moments designer series paper. That's where we're going to get this pattern paper from. So we've got our Old Olive card base. Hello, Noreen from Hagerstown, Maryland, not that far down away from me. So we've got a piece of very vanilla cardstock. Again, like I said, color I don't use too often, but I wanted to highlight that color this week. Now we're going to do that fun splatter effect that we like the most, and we are going to use a dark wild wheat Stampin' Blends for this. Now, if you do this technique, make sure to be really gentle with your Stampin' Blends. You don't want to fray the tip of them. But we're going to use the brush end with the larger line here on the marker. And we're just going to take the brush and kind of flick it on the inside of our cap. And we're going to get a fun splatter technique on our cardstock. Now with this technique, you can go as light or dark as you'd like, but here is what mine is going to look like. This is a really fun technique for around Halloween. If you use red, you can do kind of a blood splatter on your card for Halloween, but we've got wild wheat on this one here. We are going to stamp on a spare piece of very vanilla cardstock. We're going to stamp 2 of those stacks of books, and we're going to use Tuxedo Black ink, and we are going to color them in with Stampin' Blends. So I think I need to re-ink this one, but it should be okay for our video here right now. Oh yeah, we're still good. Letters from Home by Mary Ann Jordan. What kind of book is that? That sounds like a maybe like a romance book? Letters from Home. That sounds fun. Historical fiction, maybe. Okay, we're gonna color in the books with Wild Wheat Stampin' Blends, Boho Blue, so we're really focusing on those retiring in colors, Lost Lagoon, and Calypso Coral. Not a color palette I've used before, but it's very pretty. And like I said, pulling colors from that Storybook Moments designer series paper. This is a die cut with the Nested Essentials dies. Here's the back side, so you can really see where all those colors are coming from. I had this left over from a paper share that I did, and I used this designer series paper because I will not use it on any other thing, because the Storybook Moments just isn't my style, but I found a way to incorporate it with something I have that I like. So it's a great way to kind of mix and match your designer series paper. It doesn't just have to be for what it's intended for. All right, we're gonna start off with light boho blue first for our top book here. And these are all really easy to color in. I'm not going to do too much like blending of colors, but we're going to, on the spine of each of the books, you can see there's like the little lines. We're just going to color those in darker. Right here on the ends. Oh, I am going to sign up. Tickets don't go on sale until later this week. Next is going to be Lost Lagoon. It's called a silent, what is it? Silent something. Where you go to I think it's at a coffee shop or a bookshop, and They have, it starts at 5:30 where you can go in and browse and shop. And then at 6 o'clock, from 6 to 9, I think, it's silent. So you can read, you can journal, you can do whatever you want, but you're with other people. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna go with a friend, so that should be fun. A little different experience, try to get out of the house and try different things, but so that was Lost Lagoon. Next, we're gonna do Wild Wheat. I know a lot of people don't like this color, but it's really good for fall crafting. But we're gonna use it on these books here. It reminds me, if you've been around with Stampin' Up! For a while, we used to have Delightful, I think it was Delightful Dijon or Delightfully Dijon. It was like a mustard yellow Dijon color. That's what Wild Wheat reminds me of. I'm gonna miss it for the fall. Not really for most any other colors crafting. All right, our last one is Calypso Coral. If I can get it off, there we go. And we're just gonna color this in. I wanted to use Cajun Craze because it's more of a rusty color red, and it looked really good with this. And then I went to go color with it, and I must not have put the cap on all the way. So I have it on my shopping list when I placed my pre-order this week at Onstage. So we're gonna add some of that on there. Okay, so Melissa used almost a whole pack of Storybook making Easter and spring cards. It is a really good pack for Easter and spring. I will give you that. I don't make too many Easter and spring cards. But I can see it would be a really good designer series paper for that. Now, unfortunately, like I mentioned earlier, the dies in this set don't cut out these images, which is kind of weird. Normally we have at least a die that'll cut out something. So we're not gonna die cut it, we're gonna fussy cut it. They're very easy to fussy cut though. So I'm just doing a quick cut around the edge, just like if it kind of was die cut. Here. I wish I could remember. All I remember was silent in that name of the event. I'm gonna have to look it up. But it sounds fun. Like, I've heard of going to them before. It's just like if you went to a library and read a book there. But with other people, and then you can kind of see what other people are reading. And I always like to check out new books and stuff. Okay, we're gonna put this all together now, and then we'll stamp our sentiment. We're gonna add I'm gonna use liquid glue for this. I'm almost out of my Stampin' Seal I just saw. So we'll use some liquid glue on here. And now we're gonna add dimensionals to the back of this die cut piece here. If you are into cozy mysteries, there is, well, like historical fiction mystery, let's call it that. So Newport, where I live, is known for its Gilded Aged mansions. So like the Vanderbilts have a mansion here, there's a ton of mansions. And there is a mystery series based on those mansions. The first one is called Murder at the Breakers. I know my mom, I read them for the book club, the spouses book club here, and there's a whole series, and I think my mom read all of them, because there's different mansions, and then there's different books for each mansion, I think. I think there was like 10 of them. I watched her Goodreads, and I saw them on the Goodreads, but I didn't finish the first one. I got like halfway, and then it's back on my bookshelf. I'll probably pick it up and finish it before I move, just so I can get it off my bookshelf. I already know what happens. I don't care about spoilers and books and all that stuff. So when I went to the spouses book club, they or talking about it, which I was fine with. I don't really care. All right, so we have our sentiment that we just kind of fussy cut it around. That's gonna go on with dimensionals here as well. And that's gonna go right in the middle of these two. And then our pretend they're current embellishments. We're gonna use the wild wheat right there, and another one right here. And, oh, I forgot the twine. So we've got two pieces. We're gonna use the Very Vanilla and the Crumb Cake. And I like these twines because they're basics. They go with everything, but there's a Very Vanilla and a basic white. So they are very versatile with that. Janice just ordered the first book in the series for the book I have for the, you know what, I'm just gonna get it on my Kindle. I'll read it on my Kindle. I feel like I read faster on my Kindle, so I'll see if my library has it that I can check it out and read it on my Kindle. I am a big library proponent. My husband gets embarrassed by me because we'll go to Barnes and Noble or we'll go to like Target, and I will take pictures of books that I like, and then I'll go see if my library has them because I don't want to pay for it. I'll just go check it out from the library for free. All right, there is our second project featuring the For the Books stamp set. Very fun, colorful, and this is gonna go pair with your bookmark and your belly band for the perfect book lover. Melissa, you love visiting the mansions. Aren't they incredible? So far I've only been to Breakers, but I'm waiting to go to the others when my mom comes. So I'm excited for that. Okay, our last project today is our gift card holder. So we have our little gift card here on the inside that you can gift Barnes & Noble, Half Price Books, wherever you want to. Now this is a really easy project to put together, and it fits right in your normal size envelope as well. So if you are gifting this to somebody, then you can easily put it in a regular size envelope. So I'm going to give you the measurements because I wrote them down here so you can make this yourself. So it is a piece, it's a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. This is Crumb Cake, and we're going to bring in our trimmer. And by the way, I use my trimmer upside down. I don't know why, but you'll notice it's upside down over here. So it's weird. So we're going to score this on this long end here, and we're going to score it at 1 3/4. So score that, and then 5 3/4. Now with this, you can get 2 gift card holders out of 1 sheet of cardstock. So quick and easy. And we're just gonna burnish our score lines with our bone folder. Now, when you put this together, you'll notice that it overlaps a little bit. So just know your card is gonna go that way. And we are going to glue down our flap here on the inside. Now you only want to add glue to the left and right side, or you're not gonna have a gift card holder. It's just gonna be a closed card. And I like to kind of bend the paper to like tent it a little bit so that that card can just kind of slide easily right in there. Melissa, I read my Kindle in bed too. I actually have a little gooseneck holder for my Kindle and a little clicker that turns the pages so I can snuggle up under the covers and I don't have to get my arms out of the cozy sheets while I'm reading. The only drawback to that is that you fall asleep much faster because you're already all cozied up. So this is that storybook designer series paper. Here's the back side. Now the back side, there's like these different card sizes that you can mat papers with. But we are just gonna use this. This is the top portion, and that's gonna go right here on this front flap, right there. Janice got it through the library. Yes, love the library. I have 5 library cards on my Libby app, so I am all about the library. And then your smaller piece, so when the flap is closed, you want it to be down towards the bottom so that there's that little lip right there. So here is the top, like right here is the top of the piece of cardstock. So you want your designer series paper to be at the bottom of that. So there is the base of our gift card holder. Now, took a very vanilla piece of cardstock and die cut it with the perennial postage dies. And we're going to take the stack of books stamp and crumb cake ink. And I just want to clean this off just in case I had stuff on it. And we're just gonna kind of create our own pattern background here. We're just gonna randomly stamp our books all over our paper and just kind of turn the image in various directions. There we go. Create some fun backgrounds there. And we are here. Follow you on Goodreads. I review just about every book I read. Oh, I will look you up. Are you Melissa B. Mitchell on Goodreads? I'm Anastasia Radloff on Goodreads. So yeah, I did 78 last year. My goal was 75. And yeah, I like to set reading goals. Okay, we've got our little background paper. We're gonna add adhesive just to the top of this because just like our inside, we don't want to glue our card all together. So we're just gonna add it to about halfway. This will go right there. And so then it is going to hang off the edge here just a little bit, so we have that. Now I wanted to do a different stamp for the sentiment here. Now we have this one for you, which I did on, oh I didn't, but I did from the library on the belly band and the 2 little hearts. But I wanted to do this one, You Are a Solid 5 stars. And of course you have to color in all those stars just like on Goodreads. So we're going to stamp that. This is Old Olive cardstock from a die cut with the Stylish Shapes dies. We're going to stamp it with Memento ink. And right in the middle here. And we're going to color that in with a dark or a light pebbled path Stampin' Blend. Where's my paper? Right here. So we just always want to make sure our workspace is covered, but these are just going to be quickly colored in like you're reviewing your latest read. Now, if you like to keep your books after you read them, you can always use the From the Library of and stamp the inside cover of all your books so that if you like to loan them out, they'll know that they're from you. I like to give away all my books after I read them, unless it is a very sentimental book to me. All my other books that I've just read, there's a little free library on my street, so I like to gift them to there. Or I take them to the library and they sell them in they have like a little bookshop that they use to raise money. So I don't keep my books that I've read. That's why the library is a great choice, because I can just give them back after I'm done reading them. And it's free. Free is the best. So we have 2 pieces of our crumb cake baker's twine. And we're just going to tie this into a bow and put this on with a mini glue dot. There we go. And that. Here's our glue dots. And the reason I chose a Pebbled Path Stampin' Blend is because we are using the Pebbled Path embellishments on here. So I'm going to use 2 of the medium ones that we're pretending are still current. And that's going to go right there. Oh, would help if I put them on straight. There we go. And then we have our cute little gift card holder. So you can put your little gift card in here. You could even put a Starbucks gift card. Now the best thing about this, if you're feeling very generous, is that you can put a book and a coffee gift card in here. So it does fit too. You could also put cash in here, but it's a great way, a book and a coffee, they fit perfect in here. It's a great gift to give anybody, plus it fits in a regular size envelope. So that is our 3rd and final project for our For the Books gift series. So you have your gift card holder, your card, the bookmark, if I can get it all in one shot here, and then your book belly band. So you can gift it all together. Let's get some of this out of the way so you can see everything. And then it's a nice little gift bundle for anybody that loves to read books. All right, well, let me know in the comments, which one is your favorite project this week? I think I love the gift card holder. It's so versatile. You can put a mix and match, a variety of different things in there. But this book belly band was so cute as well too. So let me know, which one do you like the most? All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining me for another week of Makers Monday. Next week, like I mentioned earlier, I will be attending Stampin' Up's on-stage convention for demonstrators this week, where I will get a copy of the upcoming 2025-2026 annual catalog. I'll get to see the brand new 5 in colors that are debuting in May when the catalog goes live, and I will hopefully be able to bring some of that back to share with you next week during Makers Monday.